Welcome to Slash-A-Thon. Welcome back to MegaNerd Squad.
And today, we'll be reviewing the classic Freddy versus Jason! This movie is one of the best crossover movies you will see. Everything about this movie is what you want as a slasher and a horror fan. Who would have thought that you would have got Jason and Freddy in the same movie?
It took a long time, but when it finally happened, this movie made so much money. Also because the fan bases are both so huge and so loved, they love these movies, it got, a lot of backlash. I, for one, think it was a success. I can't complain about this movie. I mean, I watched documentaries about it and stuff, about how many scripts they had to choose from and how they're going to make it work. And I got to tell you, right from when this movie starts and Freddy's talking, doing the narration, and showing the flashbacks and the close-ups of his scary eyes, this movie has me intrigued right off of the bat, and I think the story works for how he tries to get Jason to do some killings so he can come back. He wants people to think that it's him. That's how he is power. I think that's one of the weaker things about him, but that's how he gets his power, by people being afraid of him.
One of these characters are memorable. The main girl, Lori. And that's about it. All these other characters I really didn't care for at all. It's just that these characters didn't really help the movie at all.
One thing about this movie, Freddy is, between the two, they make Freddy out to be more of the actual slasher villain.
Yeah.
Maybe that's because it was New Line Cinema.
Yeah.
They're the ones that had Freddy, that created all the Freddys, and they're the ones that got the rights from Friday the 13th. And own that now, I believe. So maybe they were a little biased. I don't really think that's the case. One thing about it is that you got Robert Englund as Freddy in this, but they did not bring in Kane Hodder as Jason, which I think was a mistake. They did it because he was too short. They wanted somebody a little bit taller, and Kane Hodder didn't like that. He was kind of bummed. We want to get that old Jason, the one that we know from the movies,
definitely.
Ever since, I think it's the 7th one and on.
This one kind of looked like the new version of him. He had a little bit longer hair as well.
Yeah, they changed his look a little bit, and I don't really like that, to be honest. I don't like the long straggly hair.
I don't like the long straggly hair.
I like the bald head and dead skin.
Yeah. They focus on Jason and his kills, but he's just there to kill people in a sense. Like, they don't go over any story that Freddy is. Like, they say that they want that a long time ago, they were trying to forget Freddy, the whole town is.
Jason does what he does best in this movie, and what he does best is always have the highest kill count of any slasher you could ever imagine or think of. More than any combination of slashers, if you think about it. I don't know, I haven't really tallied them up, but I know that his numbers are drastically higher.
Yeah, very, very high.
Freddy only has one kill in this movie, which is sad, but true. He comes very close several times, and he almost gets a second kill if you want to say Jason, but they're actually both still alive by the end of the movie. Because that's just a rule with slashers, you can't kill them. I love the ending of this movie.
Their whole fight with him smashing through stuff, and then Freddy did with these metal rods through Jason.
It's beautiful and poetic. They beat each other up for the longest time, back and forth, until it ends up when they're on the dock at the end there, and they're just so weakened, and they're just struggling to kill each other still. And the music that goes along with it. Eventually, Freddy starts taking the upper hand, knocking Jason down. Until he finally has him down, he sticks his boom, right in his eye.
Blood
just
gushes
pouring
out of his
out, and the
eyes.
music's-
It's awesome.
It's pretty badass.
And then the human characters actually try to help kill Freddy because Freddy actually killed Laurie's mom. So they're lighting it on fire,
Yeah.
and then they blow both of them into the water. One thing I did notice was when Laurie saw Jason in the water, his eyes was open a little bit and it closed slowly. So it looked like it was kind of like a mutual understanding, I guess.
I think the original story is just that he wasn't being watched and he drowned.
Yeah.
But in this one, they kind of took it a little step further. He was getting picked on, and they all pushed him off the dock, and he couldn't swim, he drowned. So she was sympathetic to Jason, and they wanted to fight evil with evil, basically,
Yeah.
which is a plan that
A great plan.
they brought Freddy back, and they brought him into the real world. That was pretty cool.
Or did they?
She goes into the dream world, grabs him, because apparently when you're grabbing him when you wake up, you can bring him in to the real world. She realizes that, I think, after she like grabs his ear.
Yeah.
And
Grabs-
wakes up, and
yeah.
then she has his ear in her hand, which is disgusting. The fight sequences are just awesome. When they're in the cabin and it's on fire, and they got the like rock music playing, it's just awesome. And you see Freddy for the first time, he's like scared. He's like, "Oh shit, I'm in the real world now."
Yeah, he's like, "Oh, God."
I'm on your turf, and they're out at Camp Crystal Lake. Obviously, Freddy is really no match for Jason, but he does a hell of a job in this. So it's pretty much a draw.
Because he winks his eyes at the end after his head cut off. And
Yeah.
it makes you think if they're in a dream world. This movie is kind of like, it's more for, if you love slashers, this is for the kills. Like, the kills in this movie are so fun, and that's what you came here for. You kind of didn't really see any plot for characters, because you kind of knew it was just all about Freddy and Jason.
It's a tough movie to even try to make happen, but I'm glad that they did. And I think it went well. I enjoyed the movie. I
Yeah.
still enjoy it. I think it's a
I
fun
love the
movie.
movie, yeah.
Fun kills in it. Jason. My favorite one is probably the boyfriend at the beginning in the bed when he's just
That
stabbing
was
through him and then he
awesome.
closes the bed like that.
Oh.
And then
Man.
another favorite scene of mine is at the rave that they're having out in the cornfield. And Jason just shows up and starts hacking people left and right.
Just
While he's on
flashing
fire.
them over and over and over on fire. Overall, I really enjoyed this movie. I just wish that they could have done a little bit more with the characters. It was hard. I know you want to focus on Freddy and Jason, but if you want to have actual like characters in the movie, they did have kind of a plot for her, Laurie,
Yeah.
in a sense, but it didn't really work as well. But if they did have some better plot for actual human characters, could have been a little better.
Yeah.
But I did love Freddy and Jason though, so it kind of overcame all of that. I'm gonna have to give this movie a 7.5 out of 10.
7.5?
I really enjoyed this movie. And it was awesome.
You know
Freddy
what?
vs. Jason is awesome.
I actually agree with that score. I'm going to give it a 7.5 out of 10 as well.
It's just awesome to see Freddy and Jason fight each other. It's just like one of the once in a lifetime event because you haven't seen slashers cross over with each other, and you kind of. I want more. I wish they made a second one. It's so stupid that we had to wait all these years.
They've had talks about it, but it's just hard
Yeah.
to do, you know, with
Yeah.
the rights and
I
everybody
mean,
wants
all these right stuff. Are
everybody
stupid.
wants their money and
Yeah, it's so dumb.
you got to have fan service.
Yeah.
It's tough, but they can make it happen.
Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you guys enjoy, leave a like and subscribe if you're new to the channel. Slash-A-Thon is continuing throughout the whole month. Make sure to hit that bell so you know when we drop brand new videos. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Freddy and Jason, out.
Out.